Hello, everybody, and welcome to the top 5 new comics of February 2nd and 3rd of 2021. I'm, as always, Chris, and we got some cool books, plus a couple extra for you this week. I'm going to start, though, at Marvel with Avengers Mech Strike #1, written by Jed MacKay with art by Carlos Magno. It's simple on this one. It's the Avengers. They're in giant mechs. They're fighting. What's not to love? I think Jed MacKay is a good writer, and the art I've seen from it looks fantastic. But at the end of the day, all of the Avengers get a giant mech, and they got to fight something. And that's all you had to tell me, and I was going to buy this book. So I think it's a cool premise. I think we got a pretty good creative team here, and I can't wait to check that one out. After that, we got King in Black, Black Knight #1, written by Simon Spurrier with art by Jesus Saiz. I love the Black Knight. I think it's such a cool character. It just doesn't get used anywhere near enough. Everything from the ebony blade to just the look of the character, the background of him, it's just really cool. And this is him fighting dragons, symbiote dragons, in New York. I mean, of course we're going to buy this. I mean, it's just such a cool premise and such a cool idea. And now that we know also that it's leading up to a new Black Knight miniseries, that gets me even more excited, because now I know that this leads into a story a little more in depth with this character, which I don't believe we've gotten him in his own series since the Frank Terry Black Knight series a few years back. So it's been a little bit, and it's a character I really like, so of course I'm going to check it out. After that, we've got Star Wars, The High Republic #2, written by Cavan Scott with art by Art-Ario Anindito. I really love that first issue. I thought it was really cool. It was refreshing. The only character anyone knows in that entire book was Yoda, and it was a different Yoda. It's not the Yoda we know. It's Yoda 200 years ago. So it's a younger version, and he only pops up for a quick second. So we got a whole new cast of characters, whole new world. Plus, I've been reading some of the novels, and I've just really loved this new version of Star Wars they're creating, and I hope they do a lot more with it. I love it. I mean, I love Star Wars. I've always loved Star Wars, and I don't see a world where I don't love Star Wars. And to give me something that I've been asking for, which is, let's tell some stories outside the Skywalker saga, which used to happen under the old realm of LucasArts, and when they did the video games, Knights of the Republic and the Old Republic. And that was kind of swept away when Disney did it, and they really stuck to that Skywalker era. Well, now we're finally getting out of it, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. After that, we've got Future State, Harley Quinn #2, written by Stephanie Phillips with art by Toni Infante and Simon DeMeo. That first issue was really good, and I am not a Harley Quinn fan, so that's high praise coming from me. I thought Stephanie did a great job of introducing who this character is and how she sees the character, and then creating this kind of neo-Gotham, almost Batman Beyond-esque world. And Scarecrow is actually a psychiatrist that works for the Gotham PD now, and they're trying to hunt down the Black Mask gang. There's just so much cool stuff going on here. And as I've found out as I'm reading more and more of these Future State books, it tends to be, for me, what I see is these are the creators really getting down to the nitty-gritty of who is this character, or how do I see this character. And then, as you notice, a lot of these creative teams are moving on and doing the book ongoing afterwards, too. So I actually am kind of more impressed the more I get into Future State with what DC's doing, and especially with the creative teams allowing them to tell a story that explains your view of this character, and then everyone knows this is how you see this character and move on. And for Harley Quinn, I think Stephanie's really diving into the fact that she's not just Joker's crazy girlfriend. She's an ex-PhD. She's a very intelligent woman who's knows psychiatry and just kind of fell down a rabbit hole at one point in her life. And it gets me really, really excited for the ongoing. And we're going to finish our top 5 with Transformers Beast Wars #1, written by Art-Ario Burham, with art by Josh Burcham. Who doesn't love Beast Wars? I mean, Optimus Prime is a monkey, and Megatron's a dinosaur. And I had all these toys growing up. I love this show, and this show holds a special place for me because it was one of those shows that me and my father sat down and watched together. So it has a sentimental value to me. And I'll be honest, I've gone back and tried to watch it, and I stopped because the memory of Beast Wars is better than what Beast Wars actually is. Putting that aside, I like the idea of the comics delving deeper into Beast Wars and like what we can do in there and telling more stories in there. Because the biggest problem with Beast Wars really is the animation. It suffers from that 90s CGI animation that quite a lot of shows are suffered from. But I thought there was cool stuff there. I really enjoy it. And I'm down to check out some Beast Wars comics. Let's do it. So that's all for the top 5. But I do have 2 that I want to give honorable mentions to. Either they're not really comic series or whatever it is, but there's 2 that stuck out to me that I think everybody should check out if they can, and I'll give my reasons for them too. First is Afterlift by Chip Zdarsky and Jason Loo. This was a Comixology original, so for a year plus you could only get it on Comixology digitally, and they recently did a deal where they're going to print all this stuff through Dark Horse, and the first one out is Afterlift, and I think that's smart because honestly, it's their best one. And anyone that knows me knows how much I love Chip Zdarsky. He's just one of my top tier creators for me personally. And I think that whenever his name's on something, it's worth at least checking out. And so far, it's been almost a 100% for me. I can't really think of one on top of my head that I didn't like. So check that one out. I think it's a cool premise. An Uber driver who picks up the devil and crazy stuff ensues. And then next is, if you have kids, this is a great one. I'm buying some for my stepsons, and I just recommend anyone who has kids check this out. And it's Flash Facts by Mayim Bialik, who you may know from The Big Bang Theory. She's I forget the character's name, but she's in that show, and she's a real-life PhD. She's a real-life scientist who turned and went to acting and is really good at that, too. So, double threat. And she helped make this book. She wrote it, and it's exactly as it sounds. It's The Flash telling science facts. If you have kids and you want to get them interested in STEM, what better way? I mean, it's a comic book about science, and it has a noticeable character in The Flash. And from some of the stuff we've seen, there's other characters in there as well. I saw some pages with Teen Titans Go in it, and Superman, and so on, so on, so on. So if you have kids, check this one out. Like I said, I'm buying some for mine, and I think it's a really cool idea that I hope Marvel and DC try to do more of in the future, especially with somebody who has the knowledge base like Mayim. So that's everything this week. I know the top 5 turned top 7 real quick, but don't be worried. This won't be every week, just top 5 moving forward. So everybody make sure to hit that subscription button down below if you want to keep getting these videos. Comment down below and hit the thumbs up button so more people can get their eyes on this. And if there's any books I'm missing, just hit me a line on the comment section and we can chat about it. I can let you know why I don't think that book's a top 5, or why I'm not reading that book, or whatever it is. Or maybe it is a book I'm reading and I just overlooked it. Who knows? I mean, I am a person too. And share on your social medias too. Let your friends know more about what we're doing here at Fortress Comics. And thank you so much for watching, and I will make sure to be here next week.